Welcome to Keeping in Sync with Microsoft 365 for this week, the 12th of December. Now, just a reminder that unlike the Grimwalds, things can change, such as dates with Microsoft 365 updates, and also your organization may make decisions, like Randy Quaid's character did, that affect the rest of the organization. That was a stretch, but I got there. Now, just remember that Office is transitioning to Microsoft 365 apps, and we're seeing that in the portal. We'll start seeing that more in the desktop apps, and you'll see more changes in terms of references to Microsoft 365 apps instead of Office. But it is happening live in front of our eyes, kind of. Now, do you still create apps in Access and haven't transitioned yet to Power Platform yet? Well, then this update is for you. Now, when creating a Microsoft Access database, authors will be able to use a code signing certificate to digitally sign the database. The signature will cover VBA code and other elements of databases such as Access macros and action queries. And if you thought Access was gone, it's not, it's still there and it still gets updated. And technically is part of Microsoft 365 apps. So this digital signing feature is rolling out now through to July 2023, depending on how often you get updates for Microsoft 365 apps / Office. Now, sensitivity labels are used to classify and protect your organization's data, and these labels are completely customizable, with admins being able to apply a label to a specific file based on organization needs. So what's happened now is Microsoft has actually added sensitivity labels inside of the sharing dialog, which provides you the ability to see what label has been applied to the files prior to sharing them. So for example, if it says, internal, restricted, private, those kind of things, and you share it externally, well, then people aren't going to be able to open the file. This feature is actually available now to you, but only if your admin has actually enabled sensitivity labels in your organization. Many haven't. And if they haven't, ask them why they don't care about protecting your organization's information. Tell them Lorian sent you. That'll work. Now, the updated Microsoft Teams meeting toolbar is bringing some improvements for navigating meetings. Now, this includes things like discovering new features and capabilities and helping you be more polite and respectful. So these improvements will include the simplified access to the raising your hand feature. Instead of having to go to a reaction and press raise your hand, it's right there on the toolbar. So there's a dedicated raise hand button. You can also have switch seamlessly from the new view button that exists on the toolbar with view options that include gallery, together mode, and other views based on what's available in the meeting. And also, if you now navigate the more menu, instead of it being one long menu, it's actually broken up into sub-menu groupings. This is rolling out mid-January 2023 to late February 2023. Also in the world of Teams, something people have been waiting for quite a while is that the Teams breakout room feature now enables co-organizers to create, manage, and move between breakout rooms like meeting organizers can. So Microsoft will be updating this feature for co-organizers to have the ability to create rooms, configure room settings, including appointing additional breakout room managers, assigning participants, adding, removing rooms, opening or closing rooms, sending announcements, and renaming or deleting rooms. This is rolling out early December 2022 to the end of January 2023. Also in the world of Teams, have you ever been chatting in a group when you realize that you need to add someone, but find it's just so many steps to add them to the group chat? I mean, what you have to do is take your hand off the keyboard where you're doing the chatting work, move it to the mouse, move the cursor to the top of the right of the screen, click, that's extra calories right there, to add the person, type in their name, and click again to add them. So many steps. It's just exhausting. That's why we actually have meeting fatigue at the end of the day, because we're just from adding people to group chats. Being very tongue-in-cheek right now. Anyway, you will soon be able to simply add someone to a group chat directly just by putting them in the @mention when you're composing a message. This is pretty much the same as @mentions work in Outlook, but now coming to chat. So all sarcasm aside, it's actually quite a useful feature. This is rolling out now until late December 2022. So hopefully a Christmas present in your stockings. Now, also in the world of Teams, this is a big Teams update. Now, it's not uncommon for people to join a meeting room or join a meeting, from their laptop while they're in the actual meeting room itself, as maybe they need to present or share a screen. Now, with this update, the video galleries in the Microsoft Teams room will be optimized to display only remote attendees and won't display the people who are in the actual room as well. So they actually won't display on the room gallery. And additionally, those joining with their laptops from within the meeting room, it won't show the in-meeting room attendees on their laptop. So this is great. So you're not seeing the same people who you might be sitting right next to. This is actually rolling out right now until late December to both Teams client on Windows and Mac, as well as Teams rooms, and does require that you have room beaconing enabled. So speak to your IT if that doesn't work for you. And that's it for keeping in sync with Microsoft 365 this week.